Welcome back to the channel, guys. For those of you watching, I'm sure you are gearheads out there. You've scrolled through YouTube, Instagram, and other social media platforms, and you've seen the 2026 ZR1 everywhere. Everyone's talking about how cool and an awesome power plant it is, and it truly is. But in my opinion, guys, GM, sitting behind me, built the baddest front engine Corvette to date, which is the 2019 ZR1 Corvette. They only built, I think, 2,700 of these things, and a one-year edition, 2019 only. So not only is it the highest horsepower front engine Corvette ever built, it is a very rare car to get your hands on. And when you take it to that next level, 755 horsepower, guys, is what GM, in my opinion, they made the limit of what they could sell to a consumer to actually drive on the street or take on a road course with all the aerodynamics done to it, as well as the horsepower and the torque. Anything over that is when they realized they had to go to the mid-engine, which is why the 2026 ZR1 is a mid-engine car with turbos on it. But guys, this platform is just a raw monster car to drive from a driving experience. You get that sound from a pushrod engine. It's just an American muscle sound and feel. Pushrod engine, the supercharger with the root style supercharger, instant torque, rear-wheel drive car with the engine in the front. When we add our 1,000 horsepower package to it, you dare to take traction control off, man, I give mad props to customers that build these cars and actually drive them, because I know how truly fast and how much fun they really are. So Mr. Grossman is no stranger. He bought this one, only had it for I think a few months, shipped it to us, and wanted just that. A raw horsepower car that sounds good and fun to drive. So let me pop the hood and show you guys what we did to it.
Experience the thrill of unrivaled performance. Our team of experts takes your ride to the next level. From horsepower gains to custom enhancements, we deliver results. Late Model Racecraft. We talking or we racing?
All right, so GM chose to stop at 755 horsepower. Well, I didn't. In 2019, 755 horsepower was a lot of horsepower for a car from the factory, especially a Corvette. So 6.2 liter pushrod engine with a 2650 supercharger, 755 horsepower, front engine, rear wheel drive car is a handful for your average person to drive, let alone a gearhead and a car guy that's driven fast cars before in the past, right? So GM kind of found the limits of the C7 chassis with something around that horsepower, right? Well, we take it to 1,000 horsepower reliably, where you can actually hop in this thing and drive it. But I will say, this is not for everybody. This is not built, like I said, for just John Smith to go, that's never driven a sports car before, to hop in it and floor it down the road with traction control off. When we build a package like this, guys, for a car like this, we have to consider what the customer's gonna do with it and how he's gonna drive the vehicle. So not only do we give him the horsepower, we obviously have to have good tires in the back for traction, and we do just that. And that is why GM went from the engine in the front to the C8 platform with the engine in the back, to be able to get away with giving the average consumer, the guy that's really not a gearhead, a first-time sports car owner, X amount of horsepower safely. They had to go to a mid-engine Corvette, where this platform here is a raw American muscle car. When you hear it, when you drive it, when you feel it, and with our 1,000 horsepower package, guys, it just takes it to that next level. The camshaft, the chop at idle you get, the long tube headers with the exhaust, it is just unbeatable sound. And then the way we tune the transmission, the way it drives normal to wide open throttle, there's just no other comparison with a front engine Corvette out there on the market. So you 2019 ZR1 owners out there, give us a call, guys. This is our what we call our 1,000 horsepower package. We've built more ZR1 Corvettes than anyone on the planet. So give us a call. Again, if you have the balls to drive something like this, again, it's not for everybody, but it is a fun ass car to drive. And I've owned one personally myself. Again, the favorite Corvette that I've ever driven. I absolutely love them. Mr. Grossman, like I said, he purchased this one, I think only a few months ago. I think right at 5,000 miles on the odometer, and he wanted just that. He wanted a raw American muscle car that he could enjoy on the weekends with just putting pump gas in it and having nothing to worry about. So y'all can see, guys, the ZR1, not only performance-wise, it looks incredible in my opinion. With the shaker hood, you really can't see the engine. That's the only thing I would say GM, it sucks, but that's what they had to do. It has a huge supercharger on it. The carbon fiber cover for it, you really can't see the engine. But guys, we have a camshaft in it. We do long tube headers. Y'all see the breather on it, airbox, all the basic stuff to give it 1,000 horsepower. But looking at this thing from the outside, the aero, you got the carbon front splitter, the canards, the carbon side skirts, and obviously the big wing, and even the carbon fiber fender, guys, on the side. It just gives this thing, compared to a C7 Stingray or even a C7 Z06, this just looks like a mean-ass road racing car that's built to go fast. And that's exactly what GM did. And we take it to that next level for the customers out there that want the next level. So y'all can see on the back, we're talking about traction with this car. Every 1,000 horsepower package we do, guys, gets a better tire from the factory. We put a Toyo 888R on it. Is a good car, it's a good tire to drive every day if you want to. I know most customers are not driving these cars every day in the rain, but it can be driven in the rain if wanted to. It can drive to grocery stores. This car can be driven across the country on 91 octane, 93 octane, whatever the customer, wherever y'all live, we tune it for that fuel. So again, guys, give us a call. We'll get you squared away, and I'm gonna go hop in it and have some fun because it's been a while since I've driven a 19 ZR1. I think it's been like 2 weeks, so I gotta get my itch and get fixed. So let's go have some fun.
That is quick.
Go for it. Marcos that y'all should have a competition who could hold a cam up by the end the longest.
That's gay. So.
that was inside the ZR1 malfunctioned. Of course, we did a great video in my nice spot that I like to film. Jason got good footage of this thing on the outside, but the inside GoPro, something messed up. So the car's getting ready to ship. I had to come make it one more test drive with you guys to show you guys the raw horsepower of this thing from a driver's perspective as best as possible before this thing ships. I got to get it cleaned up, and I think it's leaving later today, or even I think as early as tomorrow morning. But yeah, I have plenty of footage to show you guys. I'm sorry. Hopefully at least y'all can get some idea of what this does right here. Now we are on the Toyo 888s, so I am going to do second gear pull. I'm going to leave traction control on. Again, if it didn't have Toyos on it, there's no way I'd try second gear. Third gear, traction control on, you'd have to feather it and go. But because we're on Toyos, we're on a good concrete surface, I'm going to put it in second gear, let it manually auto upshift, and see how this thing can do. It sounds so good. These cars are so much fun to drive. It is hard to show y'all through videos how much fun and how fast and how quick these cars are. Just the low end torque these make as soon as you stab it. It's so much fun. It just throws you in the seat and doesn't stop. And of course, it is another 100 and something degrees outside, and it's the afternoon, so worst case scenarios for temperature. But again, I like testing in bad conditions because we usually know the customer will never drive it in conditions this bad. It should only get better. Alright, so traction control on. Let it track mode, second gear, go up to about 5. Shifts so good. That was 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and I lifted. Oh my god, that is fun. And this baby is beautiful. A little over, was it 5,300 miles on the odometer, I think. And again, 100 something degrees outside. You can hop in this car, drive it every day. I have the exhaust open right now. Again, what makes this package so badass, you have 1,000 horsepower at your disposal, but you can literally drive it every day if you want. Say you're taking the wife to dinner, go in here, go into engine sound management, go from this to hit stealth. Now it sounds like we're in a bone stock car. Driving this, you wouldn't even know anything was done to it until you step on the throttle. But from an exhaust note, from inside the cab, it's like you're in a stock vehicle. You would never know this thing has 1,000 horsepower in it. Now, once you open up the baffles, obviously everybody and their mother's gonna know you got 1,000 horsepower, or at least it sounds like you do. So I'm gonna open this thing back up, and I am logging it just to check the shift points. I always do. But the driving experience of this vehicle versus others is just, especially the C8 platform, it's just not even a comparison. This really feels like you're in an American muscle car, from the sound and just the full driving experience from behind the wheel, with the rear wheel drive car, engine in the front. Again, I had traction control on right there with these tires on it. If we didn't have these tires on it, this thing would be all over the road, especially traction control off. But leaving traction control on, like Mr. Grossman, keep it on until you get comfortable. Once you're comfortable with it, then you can turn the traction control off and have fun. But no reason to do anything stupid right away. These cars are too beautiful and too rare to go and mess one up right away. So enjoy it with traction control on. And again, that's another reason why we put the Toyos on the back of this thing. With this kind of horsepower, it's needed to be able to use it. Otherwise, we're just adding the horsepower for you to just spin, and that's not fun. You can go from a high roll, but most of the customers go from like 50 to 100 mile an hour stuff. So I'm in drive right now. Someone pulls up next to us. We'll put it in manual mode. Drop this thing down. Traction control light was flashing at us the whole time in second gear. So it's limiting the throttle, even the boost. These have an electronic bypass valve, excuse me, where the LT4s are a mechanical bypass valve. The LT5s have it's actually a throttle body that they use to control boost. So when traction control is kicking in, it can limit the throttle, it can limit boost to keep us hooked up and going. And again, that's with tires on it. That's why I say this package isn't for just someone to hop in that's never driven a sports car before in their life. If they hopped in this thing with a factory tire on it and they turn traction control off, I'd say 9 times out of 10 they're going to be in a ditch the first time they step on the throttle. And that's why, in my opinion, GM decided to go with the mid-engine platform. They knew that the average guy out there would do dumb stuff like that. So they went ahead and put the engine in the back to give it a little bit more traction, to make it a little bit safer for the everyday user. But my customers are not the everyday users. They usually have had cars in the past, and even if they haven't, they're smart enough to work their way up. Like I said, keep traction control on. I usually tell them, depending on if they've never driven a car before, I say start it in 4th gear just to get a feel for it so it doesn't scare you right away. Then do 3rd gear. Then when you really feel comfortable, then do 2nd gear, all with traction control on. Then when you get really comfortable with the car, then you can turn traction control off and do other stuff like that. Because this car, obviously, it will run a little bit quicker, traction control off on a good road. It won't limit the throttle or boost at the hit, but if it's spinning, obviously it's not doing any better either. So it's okay if it pulls a little bit of timing and stuff at the hit. Like that last pull right there, as soon as we stabbed it, it was spinning in 2nd gear. I'll just say from 50 to about 70, it was pulling timing. And then when it grabbed the next gear, then finally timing came back in, all the boost is there. And then 3rd, 4th gear, man, this thing just screams. And now sitting here in park at idle with the camshaft in these cars, again, the 19 ZR1 for I'll call it a weekend toy or a daily driver. This is definitely my favorite platform. I know I say the Cadillacs are so comfortable to drive, and they are very nice for like daily driver stuff, but if I want a raw muscle car that I want to enjoy, man, this is the platform. Like, look at that, listen to this. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. And that sounds so good at idle. And then when you stab it, to be able to do that in these kind of conditions, and it's hot outside, guys, and I'm making pull after pull in manifold air temp. Literally started off at 147 and got to 150 by the end of the pull. If this was like a 1.7 liter blower, like a LT4, it'd be 180, 190 degrees by the end of the pull if it was all even just stock stuff. So that's how efficient these cars are. And again, a 2650 from the factory, GM just, man, they made a badass. I call it a supercar for a Corvette. I know that the new C8 ZR1 is technically now almost a supercar, like an exotic, but it's just 2 different kind of driving experiences. Obviously, I've driven the Z06, tons of C8 Stingrays, even our twin turbo one that went 8s. Yes, they are very fun to drive. They're fucking awesome. It's just 2 different driving experiences. The way you feel the power come in, put you in the seat, the way the car makes turns, the engine in the back just completely changes the driving experience. So again, sorry guys that the GoPro footage messed up on the interior. I don't know how Jason's gonna edit this. He's good, he'll make it look good. I just wanted to show y'all at least 1 or 2 quick 60 to 130 pulls so y'all can see how good she looks and how bad that right at the hit, it just throws you back in the seat, spins, and then takes off and goes. Like I said, they're handfuls, not for everyday guys. We'll end it there. Jason will edit this and hopefully end it the way I ended it in the other video. Hopefully he got at least some of it. If not, I hope you enjoyed this, guys. If y'all, if you guys out there looking for a Corvette and can't find a good 1901, contact us and we can try to get a hold of one for you and build it just like this one. Customer bought it, sent it to us for this 1,000 horsepower package, and he's gonna absolutely love it. So go to our website, fill out an inquiry if you already do have a 1901, and we'll shoot you over some prices for a package like this. Until next time. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Give it a like if you liked it so far, and please turn on bell notifications for future content, as we have cool stuff in the pipeline that you're gonna wanna see. And as always, please comment below.